So I'm done, finished, and it was wild. It was a lot more than I expected. I'm preparing to do the Cross Florida, the Spanish 520. Starts in St. Augustine, goes from fort to fort to the fort in St. Augustine, all the way down to St. Pete, Florida at the fort at Fort DeSoto. And sounds kind of crazy right now. This is my first real like bike packing race of any sort. I mean, honestly, like I haven't even spent more than like 8 hours on a bike at any given time, but I feel like I've got the motor to do it. I started like seeing some pictures of like what the terrain was gonna be like, so I just decided to reach out to the organizer. I asked him like, what do you recommend? He's like, oh, definitely a mountain bike. So I'm like, okay. So I did go buy like the nicest like, you know, mountain bike I could find, but anyways, the thing's 32 pounds. The only concern is like when I have to like hoist this thing above my head to go through water and stuff like that. And I think there's like other scenarios and other things that they've said where it's like, yeah, you're gonna have to like lift this thing up. My name is Robert Schaefer from St. Pete, Florida. Got a beautiful wife, 3 insane children, occupy a large majority of our time and effort and money. I'm an accountant and I own my own business, and I was at definitely like, and put it as overweight a year ago, and lost like a ton of weight just by like, you know, biking to and from work every day. And that kind of got me interested in cycling. Then found things like this, which is considered bike packing. Like, I'm trying to do it under 3 days. I don't really imagine taking much more time in the life that we have with my wife and kids. Like, I don't really want to be spending a week out like doing this kind of stuff. So 3 days sounds awesome to me. And then as many miles as it is, just sounds like a huge challenge. 520 miles sounds pretty decent. It's definitely not, I think if I like change the wheels out or something like that, I'd save a little bit of weight, but now I have a bunch of stuff on it. I think anything I'm gonna like quickly want to grab, food and stuff, I'm gonna keep it pretty much available in here. This is gonna be interesting how long this thing will last, because I'm gonna get it going the whole time. So it's gonna be like, I don't know, 3 days worth of ride just on this like little bike computer. And this is like the navigation, so it's literally going to tell me where to go. So I'm just getting in my like last training ride today before this weekend. I'm gonna do something like 20 miles, nothing crazy. Just trying to get, you know, something there. Yeah, it's beautiful. I gotta travel from St. Pete to St. Augustine, but I'm gonna be biking home the whole time. The last few miles, I'm gonna be biking on the route I take every day to and from work. I go on the Pinellas Trail every day, and so it's really cool. I'm gonna be going through the whole state and end up kind of right in my backyard. The ride here and coming out to Weeden Island, something I've done so many times at this point, it hasn't really hit me what it's going to be like at 3 in the morning biking, you know. I don't know what that's totally going to be like. I've never actually done that, so I'm going to go places mentally I don't think I've ever been, so wild. Put my bike away, get back to work because it's tax season and got a lot to do. I'm gonna load that thing up come Friday, and we're gonna head off to St. Augustine.
gonna see if I can do 250 miles in the first 24 hours and then possibly find a place to camp.
Everything in my life is timed in a way. There's you know, you have to be here at a certain time, you have to be back at a certain time. I mean, those constraints exist for a reason, but this is almost feels like a vacation, to be completely honest. I mean, it is more akin to that than anything.
I might blow through this whole thing like quicker than I think, or not.
Everyone who has completed the route always says that it is just one of the most comprehensive routes they have done in terms of showing you some of the things that the average Floridian doesn't see.
For sure. That's what it looks like on Google.
So deep springs, dry caves, a lot of the best single track, pretty much has it all. It's a greatest hits. My best advice to anyone who's starting out for the first time is to just do not quit. Your brain will trick you.
Yeah.
It'll lie to you. The human body's inherently lazy. It wants to rest. Don't let it convince you. Keep going.
I think about it, it's such a blessing to even have a chance to start out. So it's
Exactly.
like,
That's
gosh,
a good place to start.
Yeah, I'm like nervous as hell, but the anticipation, it's like, you know, and then I'm like, did I pack everything? Like, oh my god. A little nippy right now, but I don't know. Long road, man. Long road ahead.
at the starting line and just kind of just being stressed out because I don't like the anticipation very much, and I probably seem pretty straight-faced.
Why are you nervous, dude?
You got nothing to be nervous about.
That's exciting,
The
man.
hardest part of doing this is getting to the start. Now begins the easy part.
There we go.
Getting here is the hardest part.
I'm gonna take your word for it.
Dude, after this, it's eat, sleep, ride. Piece of cake.
I knew what I was about to get into was going to be some serious stuff, and it's funny because Carlos just kept saying it's challenging, and those words did not carry their weight when he initially said it.
10 seconds. Rider set. Go.
Good luck, everyone. Go, everybody.
Godspeed and happy trails. May the course be with you.
You go through some beautiful parts of St. Augustine. It's pretty cool. And then you start going down utility roads in between homes and stuff like that. And it just ends up being sugar sand, but then all of a sudden, boom, you're in Singletrack. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. My God. Beautiful.
It's just so awesome. You won't believe there's Singletrack back there. That is amazing.
I have no clue where I am. Yeah. But big thing is, it's gloomy out. I really do think it's gonna rain on me at some point. Not super excited about that, but you just gotta deal with it.
And immediately right after that, I put my GoPro away, and then this dog just comes up, gets right an inch away from my foot, and was growling, snarling. I swear I thought it was gonna bite. And I speed up and I start yelling at the thing. It kind of backs off, and then two other dogs come up behind me.
I almost just got attacked by a dog. Oh my. Holy dude.
That was pretty terrifying. So I just have PTSD of dogs throughout the rest of my trip. Where things start to kind of go downhill a little bit was going into a place called Deer Haven. And I'm for sure it should keep going straight, but no, it goes down into what looks like unmaintained trail. And it kind of drops. All of a sudden the trail conditions just deteriorate a lot.
I don't think this is it. See? Tire tracks.
They're going off of this. GPS is screwing up, but thankfully I can see those tire tracks. I actually text Carlos at one point, and I just go, in Deer Haven, GPS, like, I don't know what's going on or whatever, and he's the one who tells me to trust the route. And so I wasted like an hour and a half doubting myself, doubting what I was doing, second guessing. Got really lost. It was awful. But then finding my way out was such a big win. I can't even begin to describe. I mean, it was a real low, and but finding my way out was huge. Like, it was probably about 1 a.m. actually that I saw up ahead of me that another rider was stopped, and I was like, okay, so that's my destination, and stopped there for the night. So this is where I stayed last night, and I slept right there, and it was awful. I didn't sleep at all. I mean, I say I slept, I didn't sleep. I shivered the whole night, and I was plan is to try. I mean, I did 140 miles today. Yesterday. I'll try to do 140, 150, and then I don't know, hope for the best. I'm behind schedule, whatever. I'm just gonna finish it. So that's the goal. I'm just all around just so humbled by this whole experience so far. I feel very unprepared. Navigation's gonna be so hard today. Like, I've got no sleep. I did not sleep at all. None. Zero. My wife texted me, she's like, oh, I'm glad you got some rest, and I don't want her to worry right now. You know? So I'm like, yeah, I got some sleep. I thought like, I have enough food, and then saw this place. It was like they're for sure having drinks or something, so stopped in, got all sorts of stuff. Paw Patrol guy, Chrissy, gave it to me right before I left. I was like, oh, that'd be fun to kind of like stick in the bag, maybe take a picture or two out there, so my wife can show it to my middle child. Her name's Winnie. And she's like obsessed with Paw Patrol. Put them right on like my front bag and like kind of secured them on there. Took a picture, posted it, and she was super excited. But then it leads into the Santos trailhead, and flowy, like cross-country kind of single track was super nice, and it just kept going. And then it led into like much harder things, and it got harder and harder, and I was pretty much over the single track at some point.
I gotta use this as like therapy, because I've just been stuck on this single track all day, and I loved it at first. Now it's torture because you just go so dang slow. Honestly, my plan today was to get 300 miles, so that's 160 miles. And I can't do 100 miles in 12 hours the way this is going. I'm being realistic.
I mean, I've dealt with sleep deprivation, but not with that level of physical exertion, okay? So what I found myself doing was becoming pretty emotionally unstable. Like, I would feel like I want to cry, but not because I was in pain, or just because I would miss my family. You'd go into these deep tunnels of just negative talk. Like, you're going too slow. What are you doing? You know, like letting people down. Like, you know, just all that kind of stuff. Got a motel room. There's nothing else to say. I only did 80 miles today or something crazy like that, like, and it was just horrific. So, you know, feel like everything's unraveled, but I'm gonna keep it going.
I'm up. I got like maybe even a lot longer than I thought I was going to sleep. Maybe even 6 or 7 hours. So I feel okay. And I looked at the map, and basically my day is like a little teeny tiny bit on the road, like on actual pavement, and then it looks like I'm going through like swamps.
This is where the trail is going. Right there. So that's great.
Boggy road. It is exactly what it says it is. It's just a bog. And I mean, the road goes in. It's like someone created like a hellscape. Every 100 feet, there's just a big water crossing that you have to go through.
Oh, boy, that got deep. I am so thankful I did not do this at night. Like, honestly, how much worse can it get than this?
It was a long road. And then I get through that, kind of go over the road, and it seems totally nice. It seems totally different from what I just went through.
I had a Coke I stored away, hadn't used it yet, hadn't drank it yet, and I'm gonna do that right now. And it's so, oh my gosh, been shooken up for like a couple hours.
Have my Coke, down it, right? Feeling great. Went right back into it.
Okay, just joking. There's all that. So I don't want to say it. I chose to do this. It was an absolute nightmare. I mean, for like, I don't even know how long it was. Let's just call it 4 or 5 miles. Who knows? It was like someone made just like a hellscape for someone to ride their bike through. Gosh, I really just hope it just stays like this. Like everything after Foggy Bottom Road, whatever it was Boggy Road, I'll take that the rest of the way home. As night comes on, I'm just like dreading it. Just dreading it because I feel like I go slower, and when I kind of get like disorientated and like it's not good. Just like got ready for the night, so totally warm and yeah, all that good stuff. Oh my gosh, it's very like powerful, just like wanting to get home, you know. And like things hurt and stuff like that, but it's just like no, it's like zero excuses at this point, right?
You know, it was like super dark. I think it was like really, might have been like 1 a.m. or something like that. This is probably the low moment, I would say. I don't know if there's a worse situation, but the trail just goes straight into a swamp.
Oh god, there's just water in front of me. I mean, I have to go through it. No clue where the other side is, so wish me luck. There's this boot in this swamp. I can only imagine. It's taken me quite a while. That's what I think is leading me across this. So I just went through a freaking like swamp, and the other side was unknown to me, and spent 30 minutes just bushwhacking. And I didn't get like freaked out this time because like I really tried to start trusting this GPS, and like someone figured it out. Anyways, got through it, and I'm back on the route, and let's hope there's no more of that, but we'll see.
That was when actually like I, as close to like hallucinations, like, because I mean at one point I stopped, like I hit Singletrack again, and it was really nice and flowy for hours. And at one point, like I was convinced like I was not in Florida at all. Like I sure as hell wasn't. I thought I was going downhill for like an hour. At some point, yeah, at 5 a.m. I realized I've hit a breaking point.
Tried to ride through the night and I could not, and I didn't have anywhere else go just the side of the trail. That's where I slept, right there, and that thing is terrible. Shivering still. You can't get warm.
And woke up and realized I had to get moving to get warm.
This right here, I haven't seen anything like this for a while, and I'm so thankful. I mean, I've been going so slow. It's exhausting.
Too many days in the darkness without a glimpse of the light. Running tired and broken and scared, but I swear I'll never give up the fight.
Finally get past the top of the horseshoe, went west, and then started coming down. And I remember hitting US 19 and just being thrilled by that. That would be like oh, I found Burger King. I kept asking around of places to stay. I'd see someone, see some place, and I went in there and asked, and finally, just like after a few places, they pointed me to a place called Seven Sisters Campground.
I'm definitely not willing to quit, for sure. That's immediate gratification, but forever kind of regret, right? It's nice to be in that warm bed the first night, and then you have to live with it forever. All this can't be for nothing. And the plan is I'm gonna sleep until maybe midnight or something like that, and just start at 1 and go from there and try to finish it tomorrow.
Alright, this is it. Final day. Woke up 4 a.m.
Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the song.
Alright, making good progress. I gotta finish this whole thing by sunset, because Port DeSoto closes their gates at sunset. So that's the goal. Oh, this is getting hard. Okay, go for this way.
I go through Hernando, Wiki Wachi, and saw like sections of the trail that are north of Pinellas Trail. It might even be considered the Pinellas Trail now, I don't know. But I never knew a lot of these places existed, and it's just like wild. I'm so thankful that these places exist for us to even get on. It's awesome.
And the moment I've been waiting for is here. Well, not the end, but hitting the Pinellas Trail right there. Right there. Pinellas Trail. I really thought I was going to make it by sunset, and I'm hoping I still do, but now I'm going south. There's some serious wind just headed right at me.
And I was kind of in disbelief that I wasn't able to go any faster. I felt like I should have been there much quicker, but it completely like took me out of actually finishing. I was way more focused on whether I was going to be finished in time, which there really was no time limit. It was just this self-imposed time of the park closing. Then I was even aware that I was actually finishing the race.
Went through these parks or whatever, and then now I come to right next to, I don't know, a busy road, and there's just a gate, and maybe I have to go over it or something.
As far as water crossings, fence hopping, I learned as I went. I got better at it at the end. In fact, the last few times that I did it, I was just way more successful. I didn't just kind of like drop it on the other side. I was a little bit more sure of myself about doing it. It just became easier. And then the Terra Verde Bridge. That was a joke. That was more elevation than I climbed in most days.
This couldn't get any better right here. Woo, baby! That's what I'm talking about.
but it was like super dark and I couldn't really see everything. Like, and I didn't see anybody, and I was like taking the route and no one was over there. It almost didn't seem real. That's what's so funny. Like, you go real hard. This is the hardest I probably worked in my entire life. It didn't even seem real that I was like there. And it just took a second. It is a journey with a capital J. That's what it was. I mean, unbelievable. Strangely enough, like, body definitely adapts, but I lost feeling in both these fingers. I still don't really have feeling back in the tips of these fingers. Got almost kicked out. Oh my goodness. Oh man, it's riding so hard, but it didn't stop. Did not stop. Hi, babies. You like it? This took me 500 miles. It's wild.
More than that.
Yeah, I know. Definitely more than that. I mean, oh. Yeah. You ready? And she did. For you. Actually, they all actually FaceTimed me in the last day, and when he was getting ready for his school, and I think she was having a hard time that morning or something like that, and but stopped to show her face, and she got so excited and everything. Oh, I gotta find him in my. There you go. Oh my god. You're on very I know. Oh my lord. My wife just like is super happy. Like, you know, the idea of being like a single parent, I think, you know, I don't know if we've ever experienced that before. I think she just went through something that she's never experienced before, and for her too, it's like appreciating you know, the relationship that we have. And you know, she kept saying it. She's like, I'm so happy that you did that. I quit one ultra marathon like 4 years ago, and I think she saw how I dealt with that and didn't want to deal with the version of me after that.
Are you doing this again?
Oh my god. I like bikepacking. I think what would be tough is to find someone else to do it with me. I think that was always kind of like, I was like, man, this would be fun to kind of enjoy this with someone else and kind of go through it. Another thing is that Singletrack Samurai puts on shorter distances. I think those are super enticing now.
Are you going to do another bike pack in the near future?
Probably.